Names, get them right here for the Daily Bread Bible Study, day 121, Thursday, April 30th, 2020, focusing on a lot of names in 1 Chronicles 7 through 9. We open up 1 Chronicles 7 with the descendants of the 12 ancestral tribes, focusing on descendants in Issachar, Benjamin, Naphtali, which is a very short list, just one little verse. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Asher are also mentioned. The daughters of Zelophehad are mentioned again, which is exciting because Zelophehad is such a great name. In 1 Chronicles 7:14, the sons of Manasseh, Asirel, whom his Aramean concubine bore, she bore Machir, the father of Gilead. And Machir took a wife, Huppim, and for Shuppim. And the name of his sister was Maacah, and the name of the second was Zelophehad. And Zelophehad did not have children, had daughters. And so the daughters, in some ways, become the only inheritance through which the tribe of Manasseh, can flourish. And so, as we discussed previously, go back to day 49 and day 51. You'll see in Numbers 27 and Numbers 36, we discussed the daughters of Zelophehad. They're also mentioned in Joshua 17, day 68, if you want another day to go back and look at. There were no male heirs, and they wanted a share of the inheritance to continue their line in Manasseh. That's all I will say about them for right now. In 1 Chronicles 8, we have descendants of the tribe of Benjamin, notably King Saul and his son Jonathan and his son Mephibosheth, or Merib-Baal. Now, remember Merib-Baal, Mephibosheth, is the son that was honored at the table of King David. He was unable to walk really well because he had issues with his legs. And so King David blessed him by allowing Mephibosheth to eat at his table as a sign of his love for his father Jonathan, his best friend who was killed. So a lot of Baal, though, is used here in the names around King Saul's descendants. We get to see that in verse 33, or verse 30, there is a son of Gibeon, and had Gibeon named Abdon, Zur, Kish, and Baal. They're among the names. Now, in verse 33, that we have the Kish, the father of Saul, Saul of Jonathan, and Malchishah, and Abdonab, and Eshbaal, the son of Saul. And the son of Jonathan was Merib-Baal. So we have this continuation of this Baal around King Saul's descendants. Moving straight ahead into 1 Chronicles 9. We have reverse order ancestry now. Normally they are giving out the lineage. Saul had Jonathan, Jonathan had Merib-Baal. But this is reverse order because now we are looking at the first exiles to return back to the land, the promised land. This feels very fitting for us in our day and time because right now we are seeking to return back out of our current self-exile due to the coronavirus for 2019, COVID-19 as it is called. It's created a pandemic here, and we as our society has taken measures. The president Donald Trump, currently our president, has said that we should postpone gatherings and getting together. So we have heeded that advice as a society and self-isolated, which has felt a lot like self-exile. And so, here they again are coming out of this exile here in 1 Chronicles 9. It says in verse 1, "So all Israel was enrolled by genealogies, and all these were written in the book of the kings of Israel. and Judah was taken into exile in Babylon because of their unfaithfulness. Now the first to live again in their possession in their towns were the Israelites, priests, Levites, and temple servants. Then it goes on to name an accounting of the priests. There were 1,760 workers, as it says in chapter 9, verse 13, that were available. In the Levite roles of being gatekeepers, there were 212 in charge of that. There are utensils, furniture, mixing of spices, bread, singers. These are all roles and needed for worship. So the Levites filled those roles. Now, chapter 9 ends with a retelling of King Saul's heritage and ancestors. Those Baal names are given here as well, too. But this is all to set up a return to narrative storytelling in chapter 10, which is long overdue. So I hope you join me next time so we can talk more about the stories instead of just about these lists of names.